Hey there, Patriots. This is True Outlaw Patriot coming at you with another one. I know it's been a while since I put out a video, and I know this video might look a little different. That's because I'm not sitting at my desk with my laptop and camera, basically sitting on my bed, okay? And things have not been going too good for me since the car accident a few weeks back. This coming Monday will actually be 4 weeks, and I'm sorry to all my subs. I'm sorry to all you guys out there that I haven't put out any content. It just hasn't been easy for me to sit down at the at my desk and without the pain in my lower spine, basically by my hip and tailbone, acting up within 10-15 minutes, and it's very hard to just sit there and try to make content and edit and stuff like that. It's been a real mess, and it really hasn't been easy for me. Also, without having a vehicle to travel to the doctor, it's going on 2 weeks now that I haven't been able to go to therapy, which I was supposed to go to therapy every single day, but as luck would have it, not that the luck is any good, what's going on with the lawsuit is basically, I believe what I said on my last video, the video before, that that person that hit me, their insurance company, Geico, really doesn't care, okay, how somebody's livelihood could be affected as long as they keep their money, make their profits. You know what I'm saying? They don't care who they gotta. It's not that they don't care who they gotta pay out. They don't care to pay out anybody, in my opinion. Okay, and it's just been something that me and my lawyer have been going back and forth with them, which they did give me a settlement just for the vehicle, my truck, which was garbage. Basically, that's all it was. It was garbage, and that money basically came and went. Okay, so it wasn't even enough for me to go and get a vehicle in good working condition. I mean, this whole thing has been such a pain in my back. Okay, pun intended, I guess, but it's just, it's one of those things that it's really set me back. And it's really disheartening, for somebody to basically always work and not and if not depend on anybody, try not to depend on anybody, and I always try to keep, my insurance up to date and stuff like that. And even with that, with the way things are going on, with insurance policies, like in every state, I just think it's totally ridiculous. It really, really is. And what really bothers me now, this video I'm putting out is just so I can catch up, with all you guys out there, let you know what's going on. But I'm gonna rant for a little bit, so bear with me. Not gonna try to make this video too long, but it's like I hear so many times, trying to get answers when it comes to like insurance and all that, and why policies are going the way they are, and they all point to, which I just find it to be is just ridiculous already. It really, really is. They keep trying to blame it on COVID. Ever since COVID, policies have been changed around, and prices have gone up, and coverage has gone down, and I keep thinking, what the hell does COVID have to do with a person like me going and wanting to give an insurance company money so that I can be covered for my vehicle, and you want to blame a virus, or whatever the hell you want to call COVID at this point, on making decisions on how much I have to pay for how much coverage and how that affects my livelihood in case I get into an accident, case in point, it is just ridiculous. It really, really is ridiculous. And one of the things that my lawyer told me was that we basically have to wait and see how much coverage the person that hit me has, because it's going to end up being that if they have the lowest of the low, which is PIP, okay, that it you know that it's not something that I can pursue further, as if she was somebody that was rich. Let's just put it that way, okay. Which, in all honesty, I think that I think it's wrong, because for all intents and purposes, you know, that person was not paying attention while she was driving, and because of her, my whole way of life, my whole livelihood has been taken away. Basically, has been taken away. Took away my only means of transportation for me to get to and from work, for me to be able to carry my tools, for me to just keep going day after day, week after week, and just do what I got to do. Okay, so here we are. What's today? Today's Saturday. Okay, let me see the date. Today's the 10th, May 10th. This happened April 14th. And since that day, because of her mistakes, her not paying attention to the road, I basically lost everything that I had that was keeping me going, which was my truck, my job, the money that I had coming in, just to keep everything going, not to mention how it's affecting me from doing what I've been, doing and love doing, which is making content. And in no way, shape, or form can this woman, it's not that she can't be sued for more, okay? It's just that my lawyer, and I got a second opinion from another lawyer, and he agreed that unless this woman has money, and unless I'm willing to wait, a year or two, the best thing to do is just go with the liability suit, and that's it. You know, I mean, he even admitted to me, he said, listen, he said, if you got hit by a UPS truck or a FedEx truck or a city bus, then you're good. You're gold. He said, but trying to sue somebody and I haven't even seen the accident report, but it seems like in the accident report, it was put down that she basically just wasn't paying attention. So they just deem it as a basically no fault accident type deal. In other words, she wasn't paying attention, and that's it. It happened. Let's just keep it moving. But the thing about it is like, keep it moving. You basically took everything I had, okay, and you flushed it down the shitter, for lack of a better term. And it really pisses me off the way this whole insurance thing is set up. That number one, you're being charged. You're overcharged. Okay, the coverage gets less, and is getting to the point that if somebody just goes like this woman did and wasn't paying attention and just decided to do 80 miles an hour and ram into the back of my truck just because she wasn't paying attention, that it's quite all right. The other thing he said was that, and he said, in all honesty, I'm just being honest, had she killed somebody, and thank God she didn't, okay, and I also thank God that she didn't get hurt, even though I'm the one here suffering, that basically that's as far as they're going to take it, And listen, I understand that people get distracted when you're driving, whatever the case is. I get it, okay? I truly get it. But here's the thing. I remember watching a video one time just on driving, things about driving and how the mind works when people are driving and stuff like that. I believe one video that I seen, this was a while ago, they said within, I believe it's an hour or 4 or 5 hours of somebody driving, okay, mentally, without them knowing, their mind is working where they're making over 8 million decisions. You just don't, you're not realizing it, but that's how your mind is working, okay? And then we break it all down to the smallest things in order to pay attention. Watch your left, watch your right, watch your rear, watching forward. Don't text. That's been the new thing since cell phones have come out. And it's basically just paying attention to your surroundings. Okay. And it's like, because that woman wasn't paying attention, thank God she didn't kill anybody. But it's that, but the thing is like, how does a person like me, and I'm not the only one, and I'm sure this has happened to many people around the United States, why is it that the people that are careless are the ones that basically walk away, and the victims are the ones that have to eat crow, basically? Okay. It really pisses me off. As a matter of fact, I was watching the news last night, and in the town that I'm in Florida, the county that I'm in Florida, this 20-year-old kid that wanted to go out there drinking went drinking. Okay, decided to go back home, and it wasn't late actually, but decided to drive back home. Drove on the wrong side of the road, went head first. I mean, head to head into another car, and killed a 55-year-old man. So they put the kid's mugshot. Of course, he looks scared in his mugshot. He's got a couple of bruises on his face, and that's it. That's basically it. Of course, he's gonna get prison time and all that, rightly so. And sadly, that he had to go and take someone's life away, destroy a whole family and group of friends, and did it to himself and destroyed his family and friends by doing this. But it takes me back to the woman that was not paying attention, that went and crashed into me because her ass was not paying attention. Now I gotta sit, okay, on my bed. I can't even sit in a chair. That's how much it hurts. I don't have a vehicle. I haven't worked going on a month. The funds are depleted. You know, I can't even sit back and make videos the way I want to, and just try to catch up. Oh, and by the way, I want to thank I got 3 new subscribers. I don't know exactly what video, but I just want to thank the new subscribers that have joined the channel. But it's like, I haven't been able to like really sit there and focus because I'm always in pain, and if I'm not just basically laying in bed, okay, because of the pain, I can't focus because I'm just like very upset with this whole situation. Now, I'm not trying to be upset where I'm hateful or I wish bad on anybody or anything like that. No, I'm just upset that, you know what, you would think that the laws would be a little more strict for people that basically are not paying attention. And I'm not really buying that she wasn't paying attention. And there's a couple of factors behind that, because I even spoke to my lawyer and I pointed out a few things about the traffic light. And it's almost as if, you know what, nobody is willing to go through the motions to investigate all that. And it's like, then, so if you're not going to go through the motions to have all that investigated, to see that, you know what, it wasn't that she wasn't paying attention, is that she, in my opinion, she basically was driving reckless because she wanted to beat the light. Okay? And it's like, so why do we have traffic cameras at the traffic lights? Why do we have cameras there for? It should be for case in point situations like mine. Okay? But as fate would have it, at the moment, that's where I'm at. Okay? That's the way it's got to be. And let me tell you something. I'm a very resilient person. I've been hurt plenty of times in my life, especially when you're working construction. I mean, I've fallen off ladders and stuff like that, and healed and stuff like that. But I tell you what, I wouldn't wish this lower back pain on anybody. Okay? I mean, it gets to the point that, sadly, I have to walk to the store. Because, like I said, I have no vehicle. I have no friends to help me. No family, nothing like that. It is what it is. Okay? I'm an outlaw. I do what I got to do. But I tell you what, the nearest store that I go to is about a little over 2 miles, almost 3 miles. Okay. And I'm a very agile person. I mean, my stamina is great when it comes to work. I mean, I'll run circles around the best of them. But I tell you what, walking to the store feels like I'm carrying an extra 80 pounds on my back. That's how my hip feels. It just feels like every step I take it's like somebody's behind me dropping another brick in my backpack, another brick in my backpack. I mean, it just goes on and on. And I'm just like, you know what? This is some straight up bullshit. You know what I'm saying? This is just crazy. And I'm not one to do any kind of medication that they gave me. One of them's a steroid. I'm not doing it. There's all kinds of side effects to it. And a good friend of mine told me, say, you know what? I wouldn't do the steroids because if you're upset now with the way things are going, it's probably not best you do any kind of steroids because steroids usually give people mood swings. And I agree with him on that. I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing it. And I'm not one for drugs anyway. You know, my thing's always been cold beer and whiskey. Okay. But, so that's where I'm at, you know, having to deal with my own pain, and dealing with this whole situation. And it's just, this is for the birds, man. It's just like, this is totally, totally not cool. Not cool at all. And the way Geico, you know, handled their business, I tell you one thing right now, I really don't give a shit if Geico sees this video. You guys suck, okay? First and foremost, I'll tell you straight out, you guys just suck. As far as the whole car insurance industry, I truly think you all suck, okay? As far as the states letting these insurance companies get away with how they overcharge people and they underpay in policies, and then they keep blaming it, all their price hikes and all that on COVID. What the hell does COVID have to do with somebody sitting behind a desk in a computer and just punching in numbers? Okay? It's just an insurance policy. There's people that go their whole lives, 20, 30, 40 years paying insurance, never get into an accident and never see that money again. So it's just, if not billions upon billions of dollars that are being raked in by these insurance companies just to treat people like me like shit and say, you know what? No, regardless that your truck was a beast of a truck, but because of the age, you're only going to get pennies on the dollar and screw your livelihood. We don't give a shit what happens to you. You know? And it's frustrating. It really is frustrating. And I know what some people are going to say. Well, blame it on this one. Blame it on that one. Blame it on this. Listen, it's not about blame it on who. Okay? It's about why does it have to be like that? Why does it have to be like that? Why do these companies get away with calling the shots knowing that it was your client, okay, that caused damage? I just feel that, you know what? If it was an accident that was unavoidable, it's understandable. Okay, somebody jumped in your lane, you had to get out the way, or a tree limb was falling, or just something that was unavoidable, I understand that. But when you're not paying attention and you go and you disrupt and destroy someone's livelihood, that insurance company should be held to the fullest, regardless of the insurance policy that person is paying for. Okay? If I'm wrong, fine. Leave it in the comments. That's just the way I see it. Because it's just not right for somebody to go out there and just cause all this disruption in someone's life, meaning my own, and I'm the one that's got to bite the bullet. I got to pick up the pieces. I got to walk to the store. I can't get to therapy because I don't have a vehicle. It's not like I'm getting food stamps or disability. I don't qualify for any of that shit anyway. And I was already called by the emergency room asking me, because of the emergency room bill, which, by the way, my insurance company is going to cover, but they wanted to see if I qualified for Medicaid. I don't even qualify for freaking Medicaid. And I'm just like, well, then why even call me and ask me? You know? I mean, for a second there, I was hoping, but then I actually forgot. No, I'm not. I'm an American and I work. I don't qualify for Medicaid. That's just the way I see it. You know? Had my ass, was one of those people that snuck over the border, I would have got everything. And I probably would have had a major lawsuit because they probably would have said the person that ran into me was racist and now it's a whole civil case. You know what? I'm talking out my ass here, but I'm just saying. Okay, this whole thing is just it's got me really, really it's got me really upset. But like I said, I can't let, even though I'm ranting, I can't let this anger get the better of me. Because like I said, I thank God that that woman's okay. I'm okay, and looking at the way the intersection was, you know, I started thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? Maybe God put me there, me and my truck there to stop her, because knowing the intersection, which is a one, what is it? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. It's basically 8 lanes. Is no, three, six. There's three going going south, three coming north, and then you got your 2 exits on the highway coming on, and 2 exits going off, and that gets congested right on that spot. So the way I see it, um, God put me in my truck there to stop her, because as she kept going in the middle lane, she probably would have barreled right into that whole intersection where all those cars were at, I should say, and it could have been a lot worse. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, but just wanted to make this video to let you guys know what's going on. I'm gonna try, you know, if I can, to make some better content, or maybe just do a few more follow-up videos. Like I said, I'm sitting on my bed with my back against the wall just doing this. I can't really sit in my chair as long as I like to. I mean, like I said, 10-15 minutes, that pain right in my lower spine, my tailbone, and my right hip is just too much. And most of the time, like I said, I'm just laying in bed watching TV. I mean, I probably learned how to make ramen noodles from all these YouTube channels about 80 different ways. It's like I never knew you could make ramen that way, that many ways. But, you know, it's kind of fun, but it's also distressing. And I gotta see, you know, what comes next. I really don't know, especially financially, man. You know, so I'm hoping that if anybody can help support the channel, go to my last video. If you want to help donate to my Cash App, is in my last video in the description. If anybody has ordered a T-shirt, I haven't checked. My apologies. Plus, I haven't. I probably won't even be able to get to the post office anyway. Like I said, I don't have a vehicle. You know, you see, everything is just like upside down, and I don't want to dwell on it too much. You know. Because it's just going to get me angry that I can't function the way I normally like to function. And I'm using my iPad right now because it's the only thing I can hold it without setting up the camera, the laptop, the speakers, and all that. Trying to sit on the bed is just, it is what it is. But anyway, yeah, that's where I'm at. If you want to help support the channel, like I said, check out one of the links in one of my video descriptions to my Cash App. And if you join the channel, give it a thumbs up, leave comments and all that. Everyone check in, let me know how everyone's doing, and I'll try to respond in a timely manner. And hopefully, you know, I'll feel a lot better soon. It just seems like every day that goes by without me getting therapy, it just seems, I don't want to say it's getting worse because I'm trying to ignore that, but it's definitely not helping. And I really need to figure this out. Vehicle wise, in order to get to this therapist. You know, I'm supposed to go every single day, Monday through Friday, and I haven't been there. Yesterday made 2 weeks, so it's just been it's been really heavy on me. It really has. But hope everybody's doing good. There's been a lot of chaos going on in the news. I'll try to figure something out with my iPad on the next video I make and try to catch up. If not, I just ask everyone bear with me, and I want to thank everyone for the kind messages and prayers you guys have been leaving me. So with that being said, remember, people, stay vigilant, keep praying for each other, keep praying for the women and the children, pray for this country, pray for your enemies, pray for Donald Trump, and don't forget to pray for all the missing children that they brought across the border. Peace.